For the first time between these two teams, we welcome you to Seattle, where the Arizona Scorpions are in town to take on the Seattle Nemesis. Arizona 2-0, Seattle 1-1, and these two teams are set to face off. Andy Hamilton along with my partner Mark Lopez. Mark, we are in for a good one tonight.
We are absolutely in for a good one. We have two good teams, at least both teams would like to think so. Arizona having a good, solid start to the season, 2-0, and Seattle themselves almost starting 2-0. Their previous game, losing by only 3 points, could have been their second win of the season. Both teams will look to get a win in week 3.
There is a look at the number 1 overall pick, Ty Patak, setting up right here in the Nemisphere. Lots of purple and green all around. A beautiful night for football, and we are excited to get this one going. Arizona, some front runners. If you're asking some of the media who might be the number 1 team in the SFL this season so far, as Baltimore has tried to get their footing, and Arizona will try and keep that top power ranking record tonight, and they're going to have to do it on the road in Seattle as Ashley Jackson leads this unit out. Mark, what are some things you're going to watch tonight?
It's going to be the ground game for both teams in terms of offense and defense. That is how Seattle lived and died in their previous game. They had 163 yards on the road, care of Baloo Scott, but gave up 270 yards on the ground against Fort Worth. And on the other side, Arizona themselves are pretty solid in their running game and have scored a lot on the ground themselves, 5 total rushing touchdowns. It's going to be a ground battle, Andy.
And starting out on the return, bringing it out there is Ryan Orlovsky, and Arizona will start with the football. 10 minutes on the clock. We're playing SFL football tonight. Ashley Jackson, the 8th season here with Arizona, will lead this team out. She has played an incredible level of football the past 4-5 seasons, Mark, and we're excited to see whether she can do the same. The back in the backfield is DJ Moses, offset there to the left. They're going to call James Hands in motion. Now 3 receivers to the top of the formation. 4-2 look here out of Seattle. Play clock down to 7. Jackson, short drop. Going to look across the middle of the field, and that one incomplete, but a flag comes out.
Eyes will be on Ashley Jackson this game. Had a solid showing in the previous week, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pretty good with a rate of 100 flat. Starting off this game on incompletion, but that's only one of many more passes she will have tonight.
Sabo Cannon called for the defensive pass interference on the first play from scrimmage, and that will move Arizona down the field. 1st and 10, new set of downs here for the Scorpions. 3-2 look here out of Seattle. The 3 down linemen, Darko Young, Sean Parent, and Aaron Stein. Jackson, deep drop. Going to sling it near side. Caught and tackled immediately was Donnie Hands. And that's only good for 3. Let's take you through the rest of the Arizona offense to start this night out. TJ Moses at halfback, Justin Williams, Donnie Hands, James Hands, Ryan Orlovsky, TJ Punk at wide receiver, Thomas Leclerc at tight end, Will Todd at tight end, Igor Barbatov, Sean Crooked, EJ DeQ, Patrick Kelly, and Gene Benazzi round out this offensive unit. First run for Moses. Moses shut down 1 yard shy of the first down marker. Doug Day on the tackle.
And DJ Moses himself had a good, solid game last week. The star of last week on the ground was Justin Williams, but DJ Moses contributed 44 yards and looks like he's starting hot early in this game.
Split backs, 3rd and a yard. Now they're going to flip the tight ends there on the line. Send 1 in motion. That's Leclerc, the rookie. 4-3 look here out of Seattle. Williams in the backfield along with Moses. Jackson gives it right up the gut, and Justin Williams has the first down carry.
And as on cue, Justin Williams gets the first down. He will be the biggest threat so far that Seattle will try to answer, as Williams had 2 of the 4 ground touchdowns last week for Arizona.
Now a strong eye spread look. Receiver spread out. Give right up the middle. Moses bounces it off to the left side and corralled after picking up 4. A whole host of nemesis over there.
And good pursuit by the safeties, Doug Day amongst others. Pursuit on that run, as otherwise that side of the field was wide open for him, and they just narrowed it quickly and made the tackle.
Tight end down on the line. One off here to the right. Give Moses. Moses! Buried in the backfield. Cannon was there.
Cannon, what an incredible tackle. Just breaking the first line of protection, and Moses could go nowhere. Huge loss on that play. It's still 3rd and long, and I think they can still convert it. Ashley Jackson will look to pass it, looks like, Andy.
Looking to throw. Jackson moving in the pocket.
Oh,
good protection from the offensive line. Late blitz. Jackson fires off the backside. Tipped away at the last second. What a play by Amar Bryant Jr. to get a hand up and in the way.
Wow, that was everything going right for protection, and then everything going right for the defensive protection, as Ashley Jackson had all the time in the world, but perhaps she took all the time because nobody was wide open or open at all deep, and we saw it right there, deflection as a result of the play.
Seattle shuts the door there outside of field goal range. That punt is a little bit short there, Mark. It goes out of bounds at around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, pretty conservative in that one. Maybe did not absolutely want to avoid the touchback, but I mean, it is net positive yardage on that punt, and that's where Seattle will start in their 18-yard line.
So Ty Patek, the rookie, number 1 overall pick, face of the franchise, walks him out with 7.5 to go. First play from scrimmage, handoff right side, Scott, nothing doing there. Baloo Scott tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Let's take you through Seattle offense. Dean Jackson, the fullback, out leading the way for Scott. Christian Basilejepi, good luck on that one. Gus, there you go, you got it. Gus Scott, Fox Highwind, Tita Queen, John Fullerton are the receivers. Polly Truth at tight end. We'll get to the line here in a second. Patek protected well and throws for the first down. Gus Scott collects it.
Gus Scott, amongst this receiving core, and Patek had, as the first round pick, showing his mettle the first 2 weeks, and here again, with the first throw of his evening, results in the completion.
Offensive line protected well there. That's Matty Mack, Will Stevens, Ethan Kai, and Clarence Carver on the offensive line. 2 guards, 2 tackles, all 6'7", over 320 pounds, Mark. Big offensive line. Give, Scott, right side. Scott shakes 1. Scott shakes 2. Scott turns the corner and has the first down.
She is slippery. She was slippery last week as she sneak. Well, not really a sneak. You don't count it as a sneak if you go for 163 yards, but that's what she got last week, and is showing a similar kind of skill in that one play. The defense barely got to her before pushing her out of bounds.
Second-year player, 5'11", 220, trying to help lead this offense. So a lot of young faces here on this offense for Seattle. 3 rookies altogether, and not a single player in more than their 3rd season. Their veterans have only played 3 seasons. Pitch out, Scott. Scott shakes 1. Scott shakes 2. Scott fighting for more yardage, and she's got the first down again.
And we might be calling Baloo Scott's name all evening, multiple times per play, as she probably just created one full highlight reel in that one play alone.
Really leading the way there. The offensive line doing a good job of helping move that big defensive line for Arizona. They got some names there. Scott off this left side with blockers. Spins out of 1, and then buried there on that right side, Everett Garrison.
Yeah, Everett Garrison had to make the tackle as Baloo Scott slowed down by the initial tackler. But again, you saw right there, even before the tackle by Garrison, she could have almost gotten free and gotten loose for more than the 5 yards she got.
2 down tight ends here on this near side. Fullback shifts across the line of scrimmage. 4 down linemen for Arizona. Gage off a late blitz on the backside. Scott takes advantage of that. Rumbles for the first down. No, that's Smith, the backup. And Mark, we were talking about in the pregame that Smith isn't one that you can keep an eye off of either.
No, at least for Seattle, no, you wouldn't. You saw right there, what a play by Smith, the backup. For both teams, actually. Both backup halfbacks contributing. And earlier for Seattle, their backup halfback picks them the first down.
I think that's Scott back out on the field. Twins look, give, right up the middle. Caught up in some traffic. Scott only got a yard before being closed down there. Let's take you through this defense for Arizona. Dede Sachs, Alex Constantine, the newly minted Hall of Famer Hunter Norwood, and David Tilley are the defensive linemen. Sean Moore, J.R. Lawless, and Nathaniel Diggs, the linebackers. Zachary Hamburger, Ricky Robinson, Parker Thomas, Everett Garrison, Iverson Gamble, and Eddie Gage are the secondary. And speaking of Nathaniel Diggs, there he is, baby. Dig a hole and bury the running back.
Earlier, Baloo Scott made something out of nothing, and then Diggs just turned that something into nothing. It pushes all the way back to 3rd and 11.
3rd and long. What can the rookie do here against this dime look out of Arizona? Single back is Scott. Patek, 7-step drop, fires across the middle. Open receiver makes the grab. That is a completion to Fullerton for a first down.
That's what you get when you blitz too many, secondaries, as the wide open Fullerton is found by Patak wide open down the middle and takes advantage of that. Nobody's looking at Fullerton until number 27, Eddie Gage, makes a play.
Now that middle of the field was wide open. I thought Patek maybe overthrew the underneath receiver, but they basically ran 2 posts there, a slant and a post, and one of them worked for more yardage. 1st and 10 now at the 13-yard line. Patek, short drop, quick throw, caught, 1st and goal.
Calm under pressure as the defense sends 5, and Patak finds his man again down the middle, just throwing the ball down this defensive, the middle especially, and Hamburger makes the tackle because, that catch could have just been spun around and reached over the end zone, but here we go, 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Heavy formation. Scott in the backfield, Dean Jackson right in front of her. They will pitch it. Scott shakes one. Scott driven backwards. Won't get there on that one. Everett Garrison led the charge to shut it down.
Absolutely. Everett Garrison. Credit as well to Sean Moore. Everyone at the second level of defense, just stopping Baloo Scott in her tracks as she broke the first tackle.
2 back in the backfield again. Bacigalupi is on the line at tight end. Give right up the middle. Scott shakes one. Scott to the goal line. Oh, no, they're going to say she didn't get in. Gamble shut her down right at the line. Oh, man, that's worth a second look.
That is worth a second look. Is it the ball or the body part that has to cross the play? I thought the helmet went through. Didn't see if the ball did.
They're going to line up. 3rd and goal. Arizona trying to shut it down on the goal line. Pitch. Scott. Scott stood up. Scott evades. Touchdown, Seattle. They strike first.
Scott had the full force of an adult male on her, but she just shrugs it off and finds herself in the end zone. She puts 6 on the board.
And Constantine had her dead to rights behind the line of scrimmage. Could not hold on. And Scott put 6 on the board for the Seattle Nemesis. At home, they go up on top. Mark, I tell you what, that opening drive from Seattle was impressive. I thought we were going to have a Retroid challenge on our hands, but no challenge, no need. They're going to get it on 3rd down.
No need indeed, again, as well to your point, solid drive from Seattle. I mean, granted, that was all the way back in their 17-yard line, and they drive it all the way on the back of Baloo Scott and some nice passes by Patak.
Arizona setting up to get the ball back. This kick will be brought off the 2-yard line and returned here. Hands out to the 30. If you're new to the SFL, welcome. The Simulation Football League is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Speaking of getting involved, Joshua Durr and Luke Schreiner running our stats truck for us tonight. Mark, always glad to have our stats team with us.
They make us look smarter than we really are.
They're going to have to help me a lot. First down, 10 yards to go. Ashley Jackson, 1 of 3 tonight so far. 2 carries for Moses for 5 yards. Single back in the backfield is DJ Moses. Seattle brings a little bit of a blitz. Moses shakes that off. Moses still rumbling, spins out of it. Moses! Oh, man, all the way down to the 42-yard line. What a rumble. I thought he was going the distance.
He was probably juiced up before the drive, saw what Seattle did and said, hey, I could do that too. And sure enough, burst through he just burst through like a chest burster and found a lot of yards when everyone thought he would have been dead to rights.
That spin there at the end almost was what broke it away, gave the receiver a chance to get out in front and lay another block. Moses parted this Seattle defense like the Red Sea on that one. First down, 10 to go here nearing the end of the first. Give Moses again, why wouldn't you? Moses able to grab a few more, but nothing more than that. For all the league highlights like that one, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and our future. Nickel look here, minute 30 to go in the second. 2nd and 8, awaiting Moses, who is in the eye. Give, left side, Williams lays a block. Moses takes that block on the back of it and has a first down.
I mean, it's so hard to bring these guys down. You hang on to them, but they just drag you 2, 3, 4 more yards. DJ Moses now up to over 35 yards from that play. Had a couple of key blocks as well to help him out. Now officially 44 yards according to our statisticians, or 48 yards according to this update. But wow, incredible in 5 plays, no less.
I spread look again. Nickel here out of Seattle. This time a pitch left side. Moses. Oh, shut down. What a tackle there. Sabo Cannon has DJ Moses' number. These two are going to battle all night. I feel it.
Oh yeah, and as if to respond to all the praises being poured in Moses, he just brought him down, brought him back to earth.
Second and 10, offset to the right. Jackson looking to throw. Jackson slings it far side. What a catch! Oh, man! Will Todd, you, sir, right there, have the nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23. What a grab!
What a grab, and yeah, I mean, it's a nice catch. It was a nice, well-run route as well, and the pass by Ashley Jackson just dotted the eye to an incredible play.
Have the Retroid in your right hand like that. First down. Jackson slings to the end zone. Caught! Todd again! Todd strikes twice. 6 for Arizona.
And Todd didn't even need to look back at his quarterback. Just had to look up at the ball, put his hands out, and bring it down for a touchdown. And that was just a quick play. They knew what to do in the onset, and Todd just beats 2 defenders. Look at that.
Oh, right on your head top there. Will Todd in the chat says, boom on the field. Does the boom. 6 for Arizona, and they are about to knot this one up. Extra point pending, obviously. Kicker JT Delaney, first year here in Arizona, is on to try and send this one through. A little bit of a high snap, but kick on its way. 7 apiece here in Seattle.
And in response to Seattle's drive, Arizona themselves brought up a solid drive of their own at about 80 yards, capped off with that 15-yard touchdown. Incredible play back-to-back by both teams.
This one into the end zone. They're going to bring it out here across the 20, across the 25. Spins, fights through the traffic, and it gets out to the 29-yard line. Nice little return from Fox Highwind. And we got a game update from our other game going on. Cam, show me the money.
Thank you, Eddie. Baltimore and Louisiana going on in the Bayou, and Baltimore's defense still having trouble tackling here in the opening part of this season. Dwayne Salmons with the score, 14-13. It's a tight one, though, and Baltimore's driving into Louisiana territory late in the second quarter. Back to you all in Seattle.
Thanks, Cam. 1st and 10 here in Seattle. Patak brings this offense right back out. They went right down the field, Mark. Really no trouble on that opening drive. This will probably be the last play of the first quarter. Arizona, 4 down linemen, 2, maybe 3 linebackers on the field. Unclear a little bit there. A lot of guys in the box. Patek, short drop, late blitz coming backside, throws quarter route, caught, turning upfield, spins.
Oh my goodness!
Gus Scott, great Scott, he might be going. Great Scott is in. 6 more for Seattle to finish off the first. What a play!
Put that on the stat, because Gus Scott is taking the plane to the touchdown. He flew all the way, broke the 1 tackle, and that was gone. What a bomb, too, by Patak. Finds Gus Scott, and Gus Scott does everything else. And in the airstrip, he just takes off and puts 6 back on the board in a hurry.
Man, that spin move there on Eddie Gage. Not often you see the Hall of Famer lost in the woods, but he looked like he needed a compass over there on the sideline. To end the first, they strike on the last play of the first quarter. There were 10 seconds on the clock. Extra point here is up and good from Christian Ronald Sui. 1 play, 70 yards, Mark. Show me the fireworks. First quarter in the books here in Seattle. 7 apiece. Andy Hamilton and Mark Lopez going to ride with us for the second quarter. What a beautiful stadium we're in, Mark. Looking around, it's nice to be out here on the Pacific Northwest.
It's a good day, good night for games. Had a nice earlier time slot as well for the SFL, and happy to be here.
Return here coming off the 3. Arizona will start the drive here out at the 32. That long drive, or long run, excuse me, by DJ Moses earlier in the game put him over 10,000 yards in his career, Mark, and now Arizona, excuse me, is going to try and add to that. That's good stuff for his career. Love to hear it.
Absolutely, and already on the trajectory to eventually be Hall of Fame already with 10K rushing yards. That's hard to believe one can achieve in a lifetime, but he did, and he's still on the field playing incredible game.
Jackson looking to throw, well protected, and Will Todd, how about another catch? 3 in a row for Will Todd.
Yeah, 3 in a row, 3 targets to him in a row, 3 completions in a row by him. He is playing hot, and he is on fire. And, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we keep calling his name, and his number keeps getting called, because so far, he is answering those calls.
Look at that, 3 receptions, 43 yards, getting the tight end involved here for Arizona. They got 2 of them. LeClaire was their rookie draft pick. It's Todd leading the way so far. Give Moses. Moses spins out of that one. Moses still on his feet. Moses cut down just across the 50. You just felt like he may never go down as he pinballed all the way around the defense.
I mean, that really is classic DJ Moses. You think he's going to go down, but he doesn't. And, well, he gives you 7, where a lot of defenses would have thought he only got 1.
Give up the middle. Williams got the first down there. They give it to the fullback. Second carry of the night for Justin. He's got the sticks and the move of the chains.
Another first down. Arizona looking to respond to Seattle's very quick drive. We can talk about how Seattle has faced very close games 2 weeks in a row. Another one looking to be in this one.
Jackson moves the pocket, fires, incomplete. Boomstick coming there on the defensive side. That one falls out of the hands of the receiver.
And Brian James amongst those in coverage, making the nice hit on the receiver and making the ball fall to the ground. Good play on the defense in that one.
We'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ashley Jackson unloads, empties the backfield. She's going to throw here on second down. Short drop. Well protected again. Fires down the middle. That one's caught. Turn to the corner. Orlovsky to the end zone. Touchdown. Arizona strikes right back. And there is also an injury on the play. We're going to have to check who that is. That is one of the linebackers down. Or no, Sean Parent is on the ground. Orlovsky scores, and Arizona has a chance to tie this one right back up.
That is great news for Arizona. Unfortunate news for Seattle. As, another quick touchdown from the opposite team this time. And just around 3-4 plays, we have seen that would be play number 5 for Arizona in that drive. And quick points on the board. We're going to see a high-scoring game on this one. So there's still 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, and an incredible moment here, Mark, on the other end. That is Ryan Orlovsky's first career touchdown. Congratulations, Ryan. Glad to be the one who called that. That's awesome for him, and it happens right here in Seattle. Never forget your first one. Always the most valuable in your brain, and I'm sure that Eddie Gage and that Arizona franchise grabbed the ball for him. Nice return here up to the 31-yard line as Fox Highwind smashes into the return team. Speaking of smashing, if you're liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There's no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Mark and I have been here a long time, as well as a lot of the players on the field. First and 10, Seattle at the 31-yard line. Patek right back out on the field. He is 4 for 4 tonight and will look to throw for the 5th time. Checks it down out of the backfield. Scott turns the corner, steps out of bounds, picks up 9.
And good straight line running by Scott. Gets a catch after only a 1-yard gain, but pushes it forward with speed, picks up 9 for being tackled out of bounds. And Baloo Scott showing her value even in the passing game. Already good numbers, solid numbers from her.
4 down lineman Arizona. Eddie Gage has walked himself up to the box. Give, left side. Here goes Scott. Scott on the move. Across the 50, across the 45-40. Spins back in bounds. Tackled, but not before big yardage.
I mean, Eddie Gage and Everett Garrison eventually caught up to Scott, but what a couple of disgusting blocks early on. And Baloo Scott took advantage. One right there upfield, another right there before being tackled. And the 15 gain, after a 15-yard gain, and then she pushes it, picks up over 20 yards in that play. Baloo Scott already up to, well, after that number, already up to 30, over 40, 50 yards already.
Patek throws, caught, and that is more yardage there for Ty Patek. That catch made John Fullerton's second grab of the night. We had Will Todd throw in a super chat as well. $4 said go Scorps. He's got 3 grabs tonight, looking for his 4th. I think that might have been why he did $4, Mark.
Perhaps. Meanwhile, Patek, you said go Scorps. Well, his response is he's going to throw his 6th completion in a row. Look at that, 6 for 6, 144 yards, 1 touchdown.
2 in the backfield. Twins to the bottom of the screen. Tight end stood up. They'll give. Left side. Scott spins and then is wrapped up by Eddie Gage. Pick up a 4. Scott, little slow getting up.
Oh, yeah, a little slow, a little scary there. Not what you want to see. Thankfully, she got up. Not before she picks up 4 yards for her team, and they just keep rolling in this drive.
4-3 look out of Arizona again. Safety walking up. This is a give to the fullback. That's not going anywhere. Dean Jackson's first carry of the night just goes back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 6.
Dean Jackson did not get a touch at all last week, not in the run game at least. And this is his first then in 2 weeks. In fact, Patek himself had 1 carry last week for a scramble of 5 yards. But Dean Jackson, 0 yards in that game.
Patek flips the slant. Caught, tackled shy of the sticks, though. Fullerton's third grab of the night, but Arizona makes the tackle. 4th and 1. What do you do?
I mean, I wouldn't fault them for a field goal, but boy, oh boy, you got Beluscott in the backfield, Andy. And it's tempting to call a play for her, and it looks like they're going to go for the field goal instead.
Ronald Sui is on. 6'2", 187, third year in the league. This kick up on its way and good. Seattle pokes their nose out in front. 17-14, 7-play drive.
And what a close game we're having. Last week, Seattle versus Fort Worth. That game ended in their loss 31-34. That game, no team led for more than one score, and it's looking to shape up like this game is going to be similar in terms of storyline.
Two teams going at each other back and forth. Return here. This is Arlovsky, and he will get out to the 29-yard line. Arizona back out on the field offensively with a chance to take the lead. They had the chance to do that in the opening drive tonight, Mark. Seattle shut them down.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing that might be the key for both teams in such a close game will be a turnover. The first team to turn the ball over might be the team that also turns the win over. So we'll see if something like that comes into fruition for either defense.
Jackson empties the backfield again. Moses might be up there on the top of the screen playing receiver. Jackson under center. Shifts one across the line. 4 down for Seattle. They are going to drop in coverage. Late blitz coming. Jackson fires. Caught. Who else? Will Todd. 4th grab of the night.
Oh, man. Jackson has been on fire. But you know who else has been incredible for this offense is that the protection. Like, you get they rush 4, they rush 5. Ashley still gets the time of her life. You get a late blitz. Well, too late. Ashley is fast enough to make a quick pass. And, of course, nice catch right there by Will Todd.
Jackson 6 of 9 tonight. Looking really nice so far in this one. Give right up the middle. Moses spins.
Oh.
Moses shakes through the traffic and is able to pick up first down yardage.
It also looks like he's a pinball. He just bumps into one guy, but just bounces away, finds his footing, keeps his footing, and picks up a first down. Little guy, big plays, big time plays.
Poor referee got caught up there in the madness for a second. Glad he got out. 1st and 10. Down by 3. Jackson, 1 in the backfield. Late handoff, and Moses, trying to take advantage of the soft defense, picks up 8.
Yeah, Moses, this game alone, averaging a lot of yards, 8.6 per carry. That is a disgusting amount. He did have a long of 30 yards earlier in the game in that touchdown drive earlier, but man, 8.6 per carry, that's a lot.
Give right up the middle, fullback here. Justin Williams, 4th carry of the night. Another move of the chains. They've been using him really smartly tonight, Mark.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, I mean, that's in, 3rd and short situations. Want to give it to your power fullback. He gives you 3.3 yards per carry. 3.3 mathematically is good enough for a first down every time.
Give right up the middle. Technically, Mark, I don't mean to correct your math, but that is incorrect. That would be 9.9 yards, which is not a first down.
That is true. It's 3.33. Heck, that even is 9.99. So, sometimes the math part of the brain is turned off. I think it's turned off for me tonight.
I'm not a math guy, so I had to jump on it. 3 wide here, Jackson. 2 down, 2 linebackers in. Jackson moving the pocket a little bit. Really well protected. Fires backside to the end zone. Will Todd could not collect that one. Just a little bit too high for the big guy.
Yeah, a little bit too high. I mean, Jackson once again having all the time in the world and just overthrew that one. But I mean, you got to credit the coverage as well. Forcing Jackson to take that much time, and Jackson had to readjust, had to be flushed out of the pocket, and thankfully for them, that was only 2nd down. They still got 3rd and long to push this drive forward.
4 receivers split out. Orlovsky here on the bottom. Moses in the backfield. Jackson, deep drop, fires it, corner route, caught, shakes one in into the end zone. Donnie Hands will not be denied.
It's the Hands brother of the Donnie variety, and he pulls down a touchdown. Had one last week, had 81 yards last week, and now he shows up for 6 on the board.
Arizona now out in front as we swing back and forth here in the Nemisphere. 20-17, Scorpions out in front. That was a great throw, but an even better run after catch. 40 career touchdowns now for Donnie Hands, and that extra point is up and good. JT Delaney puts him up by a full 4.
I mean, those are household names. Donnie Hands, James Hands, been in the league a decent amount of time, especially James has been here 8 seasons. Donnie himself, what a play by him, veteran move. You pointed out after the catch, not a lot of players can make such big plays after the catch. Is usually catch and hit and brought down, but no, he extends the play and he gets the end zone.
3:34 to go for the rookie. Ty Patak, #1 overall pick. Chance for Seattle to take the lead into the half if they were able to score. They also get the ball after the break as Arizona got the ball to start. They'll start with a pitch off the right side. Blue Scott. Scott shakes one. Scott able to get the edge. Scott all the way down to the 38-yard line.
How about your receivers, Seattle? Every single receiver on the right side had their man blocked. And oh my goodness, everyone shoved out of the way. Blue Scott did everything else, did the rest. Picks up a first down and picking up where she left off in the previous drive.
Stays inbound, so clock continues to roll. That's her 13th carry of the night. Just a little over 3 minutes to play here. Patak drops to throw, fires, caught. Oh, shakes a tackle. Oh, down the sideline. Down the right side goes Scott. Oh, it's going to be a touchdown. Huge score there for Seattle as they shock Arizona.
Oh, Gus Scott's pulling out the dance move. And dance, brother, dance. You deserve it. What a play by Gus Scott. Another big-time catch by him. And Seattle with another quick touchdown. That is, I believe, only the third play. That was only the second play of the drive. And now they have 2 drives where they scored in 2 or less plays.
Huge play for Scott, and that puts Seattle back out in front. 148 receiving yards for Gus Scott.
Holy smokes. That was quick.
2 plays, 79 yards. Now Arizona, a chance to go back out on top, Mark. We're going to sound like a broken record by halftime.
Yeah, I mean, it's a broken record, but there's a reason for it. It's because these teams, that's the thing they're good for. That's their best player. They're going to want to throw to their best player every time, and it's turned out always the same so far this evening. Will something change? Will something break? We'll see.
Orlovsky trying to do it right here, gets to the edge. Orlovsky all the way down to the 44, maybe a late hit. They're going to say no, right in front of Eddie Gage. Huge starting field position for the Scorpions.
What a return. And this season, we've seen so many return players make dynamic plays. And of course, what a return by who else? But the number 13, Ryan Orlovsky.
So Arizona down by 3, 2:52 to go. They have the veteran on their side, Ashley Jackson. Let's see if they can get anyone going. TJ Punk, James Hands, Thomas Leclerc haven't touched the ball. 3 receivers wide, single back in the backfield along with Williams is Moses. Jackson looks to throw. Jackson checks down Moses, catches it, tag down, picks up 6.
Yeah, so let's pick up a 6. because of that very quick play by Seattle, it's Arizona this time who have a chance to take and keep the lead going into the second half.
Look at Jackson's numbers there. Split back. Will Todd's going to move his way across from top to bottom across your screen. Only 5 in the box for Seattle. They're backed up a little bit, playing the sticks. Williams didn't get there, though. Really good pursuit by Aaron Gooden for the tackle. Third and 3. 2-minute warning is going to delay that. The Nemisphere is popping. Seattle going toe-to-toe with Arizona and saying, we're not going anywhere. You can hear the defense chant going around. Can Seattle pull it off? 4-4 look here out of the Nemesis. 2 in the backfield, deep as Moses. Jackson to throw. Jackson goes over the top. It's caught! LeClaire hauls it in. The rookie silences the crowd in Seattle.
Against the 2 deep defense, they find a way. LeClaire finds the spot, the sore opening, and Ashley Jackson snipes her receiver. And what a catch!
And Frosty had that one in his mitts, and LeClaire just took it off his head top. Clock continues to roll here in the bottom of the second. 2 in the backfield, spread look. Nickel look here out of Seattle. Crowd trying to get back into it. Jackson trying to silence them once more. Handoff. No, play action. Jackson sold it well. Fires down the middle. Caught! That is James Hands. His first grab of the night is another move of the chains.
And the other Hands brother making his presence felt with a nice route to the inside, finds the opening in the middle. Once again, that middle has been open for both teams and has been, the point of contention for the passing game.
Give Moses up the middle. Moses shut down, tackled there by Cannon again. 2nd and 2, and I think Arizona might have taken a timeout.
Yeah, they really wanted as much more opportunities to convert this into a score, to a touchdown ideally. And they're on the same time not give Seattle any time left before the half ends.
5 down linemen for Seattle. Todd takes a step off the line. Now is going to move from bottom to top and pair up with LeClaire. Jackson under center. Moses in the backfield. Jackson to throw. Pressure in her face. Fires to the bottom of the screen. Incomplete. Incomplete there. Looking for Punk. Would have been his first grab of the night.
Would have been his first, and would have been his first touchdown of the night. It looked really close for a touchdown. If it was caught, it was not caught. Unfortunately for them, it's still 3rd and 2. They only actually need 2 yards, Andy, not exactly the touchdown. 2 yards is all they need to keep going.
Single back offset to the left. Now Moses going to flex out here with the 2 wide receivers. Will Todd there on the line. Keep an eye on him. 5 in the box for Seattle. Will they send pressure? They do. They send almost everyone. They're sending 6. Jackson finds the open receiver. Donnie Hands for 6 points.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you expect when you send almost a full house. Your backfield is going to be kind of bare and empty, and that's what they took advantage of. An open receiver, Donnie Hands once again with a touchdown. You see right here, nearest defender was 3-4 yards away, and the conversion was made. Hands was there to make the play.
Donnie Hands, just 2nd grab of the night. That one, though, good for 6. And Arizona right back out in front. I tell you what, Mark, these 2 heavyweights are going back and forth in this one.
Playing a game of leapfrog as this ball leaps to the crosspost for the extra point.
Well, now is the question of Seattle. Do you push the ball down the field with 55 seconds and all 3 timeouts? Or do you play it conservative, give the ball to Scott, and head into the second half? They do get the ball to start the second half, so they could double up. They could also wait to retake the lead or try to in the third. They're going to bring this return out. Clock will roll across the 25, and shut down there at the 28-yard line is Fox Highwood.
They do have had 2 drives that ended in touchdowns after only 1 or 2 plays. So can they do it? Can they score quickly? Hell yeah, they can. Will they do it? That's yet to be seen, but I'm kind of leaning towards wanting to see that quick play, a nice deep pass for a quick touchdown. We'll see what happens here.
51 seconds. Twins, bottom of the screen, tight end. Pauly Truth is standing. He was a menace in flag football. We'll see if he can be a menace on the field tonight. No grab so far for him. Give, left side, Scott. Scott lowers her shoulder, picks up 4 in Seattle. Not looking quick to use those timeouts.
Yeah, which leads me to believe that maybe they are settling for the score going into the half. You did point it out, Randy. They are getting the kick, or they are getting the ball to start the second half, and they are probably happy. It seems like only down 4.
Another give, left side, Scott. Scott will only get a couple more. Now down to 20 seconds. Clock still rolling.
Probably let this run all the way down, or maybe call a timeout for one final play, but we shall see. They are lining up for one final play.
14 carries tonight for Scott. The thing about the running backs, you can just never tell when they may break one off. Give up the middle. Scott shaking, bacon, and will go down there just shy of midfield. Maddie Mack helps her up, and that will take us to the halftime break mark. This Seattle team has come out firing, and Arizona has answered the ring of the bell. We have a heavyweight battle here in Seattle, in the Nemisphere nonetheless. Your thoughts on the first half, Mark?
I mean, it's an incredible offensive showing by both teams, and interestingly, a very balanced offensive showing, both on the ground and on the air. Both teams have been firing on all cylinders. As Patak, 7 for 7 and 200 yards and 2 touchdowns on the air, complementing Baloo Scott's 89 yards and 1 touchdown performance in the first half. The flip side, you have Ashley Jackson, who herself has 11 completions in 16 attempts. That's 68%, with 3 touchdowns. And DJ Moses pouring on 86 more yards. So offensively, we're having a huge help here, Andy. And defensively, as I mentioned, we'll see whose defense will be able to turn the tides and potentially make the big play, either a turnover or a big sack or something. We'll see. They're going to start counting on their defense to make plays.
Yeah, the defenses really kind of hold the key here in the SFL this season as to which teams will or will not be able to win, whether it's on the road or at home. Really, if a defense can get a couple stops stringed together, it really can take a lot of pressure off the offense to score every time. Arizona's kind of been in a score every time model outside of their 2 drives where they took the lead. And Seattle has kind of answered the call on their offensive side. But whichever defense can stand up, I agree with you, Mark, is going to get the victory here tonight. Speaking of defense, Arizona will start on defense. Seattle will get the ball to start this one off and bring it out across the 20. Highwind out to the 30, and nothing more than that to the 31.
Another interesting, tidbit of information from the first half. You mentioned we talk about, will the defense show up, and all we've been seeing is scoring. After that very first punt by Arizona, we've seen 8 back-to-back scoring drives. So we'll see how this half will shape up.
Type attack will bring this offense out. Scott, 16 carries, 99 yards on the stat sheet for us. Gus Scott goes in motion. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight on 3 grabs and 146 yards. They'll give Baloo Scott rushing, and she will pick up 6.
Still giving it to her, workhorse of this team, who has been the not really all of the yards, already eclipsing 100 from that play alone. Did score the 1 touchdown.
Single receiver down here to the bottom of the screen. 2 tight ends on the line. They give Baloo Scott off this right side. Scott ran into traffic instead of following the block. 3rd and 2. Tackle made J.R. Lawless.
And Parker Thomas, that first defender who confused Baloo Scott, slowed her down enough that the tackle was made on her instantly. It is 3rd and 2, and Baloo Scott, you kind of expect her to make the 2 yards.
3rd and 2. Needs 6 feet here out of Baloo Scott. They're going to run a power right side, and Scott spins and moves for the first down. Arizona springs a little bit of a leak, and Seattle's drive continues.
And that might be, Baloo Scott setting the base for this half. She's just going to keep getting the ball, pounding the rock, getting first downs every single time. And that was the first 3rd down conversion of the half.
Pitch, Scott, left side. Scott makes everyone look silly. Except for a player, Everett Garrison, who got blocked to the ground, who slowed Scott up enough for the rest of the defense to catch up. What a weird play.
Weird and interesting because Everett Garrison was on the ground and pretty much the opening Baloo Scott needed, because Everett Garrison could not stop her for the touchdown, but Iverson gambled to the rescue, coming from behind and making the tackle.
Really is a life lesson in that, Mark. Even when you're down, it doesn't mean you're out. Patek drops, looks to throw, fires. The first incompletion of the night for Ty Patek is knocked away there on the defensive side by Nathaniel Diggs.
I thought you were going to say, even if you're down, doesn't mean you're up, which does make sense. But yeah, this play as well showing that the defense, even after giving up the huge run play to Baloo Scott, hanging on for this time a nice pass defense. The first incompletion credited to Patak.
Patak looks down the middle again. That one's caught. A big first down there. And that is the second grab for Christian Bashigalupi.
Bashigalupi, whose last name is as difficult as he is to guard. He brings down the second one, and look at that. Hangs on to the ball after contact. That's what you like from a player, from your receiver.
Yeah, Bashigalupi has done some good blocking and now makes a good grab across the middle on the post route. Moves the chains. 9 of 10 there is Patek. And now Seattle, you'd have to think, is in Arizona territory, but they are looking for 6, not for 3. Well protected. Now that pressure's trying to get to him. Patek throws end zone. Collected! John Fullerton pulls it in coverage for the score.
Okay, I mean, you get all the time in the world. Ty Patek had a century. And then, of course, Fullerton was there to convert on that century. I mean, why not? And boy, that protection was world-class, Andy. And the touchdown was made.
Huge grab, and it puts Seattle right back out in front. Extra point up and good, and the Nemesis up 31-28 at home. These two teams battling, Mark. Whether it's a rookie, a veteran, Ty Patek, Ashley Jackson, they're going back and forth, and the offenses are fighting each other to try and scratch and claw to victory here tonight. Lots of games still to be played. Arlovsky brings this one out to the 32-yard line. Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. Mark, I have my Retroid. I use it almost daily. New set of downs. Ashley Jackson in the offense. Out to start this second half for them. Jackson flips. Incomplete. Pressure was there. Aaron Gooden in coverage on Justin Williams, and Gooden wins that rep.
Seattle now, on the point of whose defense We'll make the plays first. We'll string a couple of defensive stops. Seattle, that is a start. First, a nice defensive play by Seattle. Arizona, though, still going to be a hard team to stop.
Gooden in the chat says nope. Give Moses right up the gut. Moses is plastered. TJ Frosty comes up to make the tackle. Will Todd helps the offense and helps DJ Moses up. 3rd and 4 upcoming. This could be big for both teams.
Absolutely. If this ends up being a 3rd down non-conversion, then that'll be the start that Seattle needed to hang on and just extend the lead.
Jackson looking to throw. Stands in the pocket, shifts to her right, throws, and that is picked off! Intercepted back the other way! The return is coming, and it is all the way down to the 45-yard line. I think it's Daniel Valentine, and it is.
What a play. That pass kind of off target as well. I did not see any yellow laundry on the field as this ball was nowhere near the intended target, and the interception was made as if he was the intended target.
The first blemish on tonight's stat sheet is an interception for Ashley Jackson. She was playing really well prior to that. And Seattle now will try and take advantage. They're about 20 yards away from field goal range. First down. 2 in the backfield. Blue Scott, 20 carries tonight, 130 yards. They'll pitch it to her, running left. Scott spins back inside. What a tackle. Iverson Gamble with the pursuit.
I mean, Iverson Gamble in almost back-to-back plays. I remember earlier on saving the potential touchdown run from Baloo Scott, and now not even allowing her any yardage gain, maybe allowing only 1. Shut the door in front of her.
Twins, bottom of the screen, I formation. Jackson in front of Scott. Patek, short drop, well protected, fires, caught! Collected by Pauly Truth. The big man hauls it in. First down.
And his first official target and catch, and he hauls it in, hangs onto the ball, because what a huge hit was delivered to him. I think it was hit midair. He was. What a crunch. His body almost snapped in half in that one, but sacrificing the body for the ball, he gets up anyway. He's good. It picks up a huge gain.
It's Eddie Gage who lowered the shoulder there. A Hall of Famer putting the shoulder pad right on your ribs. Pauly holds on. Here's Patek looking to throw. Moves in the pocket. Shifts. Now going to run for it. Spins and is buried there. Sean Moore says, "Hello, rookie."
Showing signs of his scrambling ability. Had one scramble last week as well. That one last week was for 5 yards. This one was for 6. So, you know, a healthy sprinkling of Patek scrambling here and there.
They're going to leave the run into Scott. Baloo Scott spins and has the first down. Gamble makes the tackle, but not before they move the chains.
That was a spin move Patek tried to copy, but sometimes copying is the best form of flattery, only if you copy well. Baloo Scott showing why the original is the better one.
Twins, top of the screen. Nickel look here out of Arizona. Give right side, Baloo Scott. Scott wrestled down, picked up a couple there. Tackle made on the outside by Nathaniel Diggs.
Yeah, Nathaniel Diggs makes a good tackle after Scott makes a nice swim move in the first level of defense. It's still a 4-yard gain, and they're going to keep going. Scott still in the backfield. Might be another handoff or pitch to her.
Bacigalupi goes in motion. Scott in the backfield along with Dean Jackson. Give right up the gut. Baloo Scott shakes one. Baloo Scott to the end zone and puts Seattle way out in front. Touchdown, Nemesis.
That's what we were talking about. All we needed was one defense to hang on and be the first defensive stop, and that came from Seattle. As they started the half, down 4 points, they make a touchdown, their defense makes a stop, and Baloo Scott is here to put them up by if my math serves me right, 9 points plus the 1 here, gonna be 10 points up.
The most points Arizona has given up this season. They gave up 30 to San Diego in week 1, held Tulsa to 16, but now Seattle puts 38 on them with a whole quarter and a half to go.
Not only is the most points they've given up, it's going to be the most points they're going to be having a net negative on, as if they don't come away with the win. Well, obviously they're going to come away with the loss, but they're going to come away with negative points net.
Seattle put up 42 on Portland in week 1, so they still have some firepower. Arizona would have to get into uncharted territory. They have scored only 35, or no, excuse me, they scored 42 in week 2 against Tulsa, so they still have some gas in the tank as well. Mark, we are not out of this one. Jackson leads the team back out just through her interception. We'll try and erase that, have short-term memory loss. 5 wide here, down 10. Check down, Will Todd loses yardage. Well covered there by Sammy Seatbelt the third. Will Todd was strapped in.
Yep, nice tackle for a loss right there, and that's the kind of thing you want to do to hang on, protect the lead.
Was the 19th throw for Ashley Jackson. Empty backfield implies that she'll throw again, and she will. Jackson floats across the middle. That one is caught. Donnie Hands makes the grab. That's Seatbelt again.
Solid stuff from the defense hanging on. So now 3rd and 6, and boy, if you're Seattle, you better convert this. This will be pivotal for your chances of coming away with a win in this game.
Really smart of Jackson, though, to get some yards on that one, make this 3rd down much more manageable. Jackson drops, looks to throw, pressure in her face, fires. Maybe. It's tipped around and incomplete. Donnie Hands was the one who almost got it. James made a play on it there. Bryant James has been active tonight tackling, his first time touching the football. 4th down.
Wow. Donnie Hands, amongst those people bobbling the ball around, could have been him. Could have been an interception. But no, it ends up falling harmlessly to the ground, and here's the 2nd punt of Arizona this evening.
3:26 to go in the 3rd. Kick is away, and Fox Highwind will call for a fair catch at the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Seattle. Arizona's defense on the sideline, strapping up the chin strap and going to try and slow down Seattle's offense.
And that's also the hard part of that is you're slowing that down. You're also slowing down the clock for yourself, as look at this set is perfect for Seattle. They just want to give the ball every time to Baloo Scott.
Patak moving in the pocket, backs all the way up and throws, and it's caught! Fullerton again!
Wow, Patak in a situation where more often than not you want to burn the clock, hand it off to Baloo Scott. No, Patak takes matters into his hands and throws a nice pass into his receiver. What a perfect timing too, because not only was that ball on point for his receiver, if his receiver was not there in time, it was on point for the defender as well.
Twins flip out. Baloo Scott off this right side, and she is stood up and dropped. Picks up 3, but hit a brick wall.
Absolutely solid wall presented by Arizona right there. They're going to have to make quicker defensive plays too, as the clock is not on their side in this game.
Seattle right here at the midfield stripe will give right up the middle. Baloo Scott shakes one. Scott, 1st down to the 41-yard line.
I mean, you just shake your head at Baloo's ability to pick up 1st downs in a hurry. It's like you hear the sound of the ball hitting her chest as the handoff gets to her, and you blink your eye and she has a 1st down. It's so fast.
Here is Give, right side, Scott. Scott through the first tackle. Scott, oh, Eddie Gage stood up below Scott and threw her backwards.
Looking like he got the worst end of that hit, but I mean that's one of the few times Bellew Scott runs outside and tries to find the edge, and that was a play slow enough for the defenders to keep up as opposed to bursting through the middle.
Give, Scott up the gut, nothing doing there. 3rd and 8, this is a big one, Mark. It's outside of field goal range.
It sure is, although they're not too far as well from the range of the kicker. Maybe what looks like 6 more yards from where they are would make a field goal feasible, but we'll see.
Dime look out of Arizona. They bring 5. Patek fires across the middle. Caught Fullerton in his right arm for the first down.
Catch number 5 out of target number 5. By the way, Patek has only missed once this game. He's now 12 for 13. Fullerton, after that play, looking like he's almost at 100 yards receiving, and the Patek-Fullerton connection is fully on show this evening.
Twins, bottom of the screen, 2 in the backfield. Patek under center. Got 3 touchdowns tonight. Give, Scott off this left side. Scott wrestled down. They'll only give her 3 for that. I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, it's hard to say only 3 because Bellew Scott with over 150 yards, averaging 6.0 yards per carry. 3 actually is solid for her, as you know, she needs just a little over 3 to get first downs. Oh!
Give, Scott shakes, Scott bakes. 3rd and 2 upcoming.
I think I just saw 4 white uniforms at the end of that play. You needed 4 to bring her down.
And that will probably take us here to the end of the 3rd. Seattle out in front by 10 here at home, looking to extend that lead. Get your 4s, 86s, 12s, 68s, and everything else up in the chat.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome you back to the Nemisphere here in Seattle. He's Mark Lopez. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joshua Durr and Luke Schreiner are our stats team tonight. Cameron Irvine behind the scenes producing every game. 10 minutes on the clock in the 4th. Seattle with the football here. Big 3rd and 2 upcoming. Tight end shift on the line, and now 1 will go in motion. Patek under center. Scott in the backfield. They give. Scott left side. Bounces off 1. Scott stood up. Dropped short. Iverson Gamble makes the play and says 1 more yard was what you needed.
What a play. What a clutch play by Gamble and the defense. I was looking at Dean Jackson. He made an incredible block at the first level, but the defense swarmed Bellew Scott quickly and made up for the lack of man.
Kick up and on the way. 13 is the lead. Ronald Suey is money from there, Mark. Little bit of a high snap, no problem.
Problem from him, makes a nice kick. And 13 points. The way this is going, you got 9.5 minutes left, and Arizona still scoreless in the second half.
13 though, 2 scores away, so Arizona not yet out of this one. Kick here to the end zone. This one will be brought out. Arlovsky out across the 20, spins, gets to the 25, and a little bit more than that. 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. 9:29, what kind of story can Arizona write here in the rest of the 4th quarter? Ashley Jackson and company trying to get to 3-0. They're going to have to do it in a comeback fashion. It's going to take everyone. Offense, defense, the whole nine. Donnie Hands motions from bottom to top of your screen. Moses in the backfield. Jackson, short drop, pressure coming. Fires, that one's caught. Oh, and popped! TJ Punk, first grab of the night. What a time to have it.
Nice catch by Punk. First target to Punk was unfortunately an incompletion, but he finds a catch right there. Actually, I believe that was number 25 who missed TJ Punk on the first tackle, but he was cleaned up afterwards.
Single back offset to the left. 3 wide receivers wide, just over 9 minutes to play. Jackson stands in and delivers. That one is caught. Punk again. This is the drive of TJ.
Yeah, Brian James on the tackle, but not before Punk. TJ Punk hauls in another catch. It's back-to-back to him, back-to-back incredible plays, and that's why you need big-time plays come with a big-time comeback.
Jackson's got to continue slinging the rock if Arizona wants to get back into this one. One score would make it very interesting. 3 receivers wide. Jackson stands in, fires, caught. Punk again! Why not?
AJ to TJ, back-to-back-to-back. And yeah, why not? It works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just surprised they haven't called this combo since the first or the start of the second half.
Let's see what they got up their sleeve. Arlovsky down here on the bottom of the screen is checked back into the game. Tight end Punk there on the line. Moses in the backfield. Jackson, 5-step drop, stands, pressure. Jackson throws anyways. Oh my! James Hands says, "Give me that."
And both Hands brothers have a touchdown. Jackson has 4, and they've cut the lead to now it's 7 pending extra point.
Do not log off. Do not go to sleep. We are not done here in Seattle. Ashley Jackson, look at this pressure. No pressure. What pressure? Touchdown, Scorpions.
The defender was practically breathing on the back of her neck, but as you mentioned, what pressure? No pressure. What a play.
Took 1 minute off the clock mark. Maybe even less, honestly. Started the drive with about 9 minutes to go. Now 8:08 remaining. And Arizona has cut into the lead. Just 6 points the difference now. 4 plays. There it is. Minute and 27.
Very quick drive indeed. And that's what you need when you're down 2 scores. Cut that lead almost in half. Down only 6.
Kick is away. And Seattle will kneel it down, and they are going to start this drive from the 20. Tomorrow night, join the Monday night crew, Cameron Irvine, Mike O'Neill, and Paul Sarp on a journey through the weekend that was the SFL at 7 p.m., followed by Vancouver's home opener at the Delta Dome against the Las Vegas Fury. Both teams fresh off a bye. It's all happening right here on SFL YouTube. Twins bottom of the screen, handoff right side, Baloo Scott. Oh, popped in the mouth by Gamble.
Not before she picks up 6 yards, and her yards keep climbing. Last week, 170 plus yards, already eclipsing that in this game. Excuse me, that's 163. She has 176 already with 7 minutes to go.
Give, left side, Scott, shakes, bakes, first down. Moves the chains. This is the drive of the game right here, Mark. Can Arizona stand up to Seattle and make a stop?
Definitely the question to answer. It looks like it's hard to stop Baloo Scott. Iverson Gamble's got to make a lot more plays, get more involved. He has been involved, but we want to see him make some key plays on Baloo Scott.
Twins. Nickel look here out of Arizona. Run to this right side with a pulling tackle. Scott spins back inside, picks up 7 more.
At that time, Eddie Gage, Nathaniel Diggs helping each other out to tackle Baloo Scott, who was able to get away after the first defender after a spin move, and that's what you need. Just swarm Baloo Scott. Bring her down with more bodies than she can handle.
Pitch again. Scott off this right side with blocks. First down. Gamble with another tackle.
What key blocking? Did I say send more people? How can you send more people when you not only have to worry about Baloo Scott, you have to worry about the receivers and the linemen blocking for her?
Line it up again. Pitch. Scott, right side, shakes one. Scott, and that time just going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit there on the defensive side. That was J.R. Lawless with the play. Second and 10 on Seattle's side of the 50. Nickel look. Twins again. Watch this pitch off to the right. They'll run it off to the right. Here's Scott. Scott, drop. 3rd and 6 upcoming. This is the play if you are Arizona. Diggs the tackle.
Yeah, Diggs makes the play to force the first 3rd down of this drive. First opportunity for Arizona to get off the field and force their first defensive stop in the second half.
Twins, bottom of the screen. Fullback is in Jackson. Patak looking to throw, rolling. Ball is loose.
Oh.
Patak gonna run for it. Eddie Gage smacks him in the mouth and says, "No, son, you may be new and you may be out in front, but I am a Hall of Famer."
The old guy bringing down the law.
Whoa.
Underneath the block.
Easy mark, old guy.
Old guy. I mean, a seasoned veteran guy.
There you go. That's at least a little nicer. He made the tackle, and now Seattle will punt. Arizona right back in this one. This one will come down at the 11. Arlovsky brings it out to the 13, so Ashley Jackson backed up against her own end zone. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick today, 17 of 25 for over 250 yards. Can she take 5 minutes and 3 timeouts and will her team out in front?
I'll tell you what, Seattle, previous game against Fort Worth, very similar position. 5 minutes left on the clock. They scored a winning touchdown.
Moses
with 2.
picks up 5 on the delayed handoff to start this drive off. There's a couple ways to play this, Mark. You could try and score fast. You can take all the time off the clock and score. Or you can just run your offense as normal. Arizona seems to be doing one of the latter two. 2 in the backfield. Give Moses, right side. Moses in a phone booth with 3 nemesis defenders. 3rd down upcoming.
Yeah, and I mean, you got to convert on this. If you end up facing a 4th down situation, it's hard to give up a punt in that situation because you're facing a Baloo Scott who has been a 1st down machine. You got to make this 3rd and 3.
They give. No, play action. Jackson, pressure coming, fires to this right side. Off the hands of the receiver. Thomas LeClaire could not haul it in.
The defender posting his will. Footsteps probably heard as LeClaire couldn't come up with the catch. It's 4th and 3. It looks like they're going for it here.
No, they are punting.
Oh, they're not.
4
They are punting.
minutes to go, and Arizona says, we'll punt it away. We're not going to play too many games out here. A little bit of a low snap. Kick is away. Fox Highwind stands. This is a really good kick. Out to the 40. Highwind tries to jump a guy, gets out to the 49, and Arizona's defense is called upon once again.
Fox Highwind in the chat earlier said we need a stop here, and that's what they got delivered. A stop. They hang on, and they got a chance to seal the deal in this game, Andy.
Two in the backfield. They've ran out of this Twins formation a lot with the tackle pulling off to that left side. 4-2 look here out of Arizona. Patak going to throw on first down, throws, and it is caught in a tight window. Fullerton hauls it in. He's been the safety valve tonight. 6th grab, over 100 yards for 18.
I'm looking at 4 different receivers, and I'm looking at the reception percentage. 100%, 100%. Everyone getting every target to them. John Fullerton as well. You mentioned 6 catches. Look at that, 14 of 15. That's crazy.
You don't often see that in football. Patak doing really well tonight. Give left side, Scott. Oh, going to lose yardage there. Driven backwards. It was big number 95, Sean Moore, who came in and pushed the pile.
Yeah, somehow, with this much time left, they do have their 3 timeouts, but Arizona really wants to get out of this field sooner rather than later.
Pitch, right side, Scott.
Oh, nice.
Stood up, shakes out of that one, Scott. Shakes again. Scott across the 20-yard line, first down. A huge carry because a field goal would put Arizona at a 2-score game. What a carry from Ballou.
You had 3 stages of grief happening there. As first off, you thought you got her behind the line of scrimmage. No. Then 2 defenders come in. You thought you got her. No. And then the heartbreaker at the end as she crosses the first down marker and pushes the chains for another first down. And oh boy, Arizona, what do you do?
39 carries for Ballou Scott tonight. And they'll give her a 40th. Scott, no, excuse me, that's Smith. Smith comes in, gets a yard there, but Arizona really, would like to maintain some clock here to try and get things going, but Seattle looks content with just running it out.
And they are also in field goal range, and that field goal will push the lead to more than 2 scores. More than 1 score.
Patak using all the time off this clock. This will be the last play before the 2-minute warning, so long as they snap it. And they will not. They will go to the 2-minute warning. 41-35, Seattle on top here in the Nemisphere. They have led the most of the way tonight. We went back and forth for a little bit, but once that second half kickoff went off, Mark, it has been all Nemesis.
Yep, all Nemesis except for the 1 scoring drive of Arizona. 3 scoring drives for Seattle.
Patak to throw after the 2-minute warning. Throws incomplete. That stops the clock. He was looking for the tight end, Polly Truth, for the second time tonight. Interesting call.
Only the second incompletion of Patak, but still 3rd and 9. And you're the defense of Arizona. That did stop the clock, so there is a silver lining in that play.
It's a second incompletion for Patak tonight. 3rd down, 9 to go. Give Scott right up the middle. Scott shakes one. Eddie Gage brings her down. 4th and 3, and a timeout coming from Arizona.
And now it's field goal time for Seattle. You're wishing if you're Arizona, you're looking for a blocked field goal, maybe shake up the holder or the kicker, make it miss, but oh, it's rough. Look at this. It's almost a chip shot.
Ronald Suey sends it up and got it. 44-35, a 9-point lead.
Scorpions, Arizona, 1 minute and 48. It's going to be miracle time. Something miraculous will have to happen for Arizona.
They need a score and the onside kick. 1:48 to go here in the 4th, and there's still a chance, Mark. Never say die in the SFL. Arlovsky will be back to return. He has been the return man for Arizona all night. Out across the 25, Arlovsky off that right side to the 34, and we will head to Cameron Irvine for a game break from the SFL studios. Cam?
Watch how this one ends. Baltimore up 28-20. Last heave-ho of the game. Tommy Utah's pass is caught at the 1. Tackled, no time left, and Baltimore wins their first game of the season, 28-20. Back to you guys in Seattle.
A classic between Baltimore and Louisiana. Baltimore picking up their first win. Arizona here maybe picking up their first loss. They have a minute 42 to get things moving here, down by 9. Jackson, 17 of 26 tonight, will roll out to her right to start this drive, fires down the field, and it's almost intercepted in and out of the hands of the defender, Daniel Valentine, who's already got one tonight.
Daniel Valentine almost stuck in the dagger. Arizona is still hanging on there, but boy, was that a scary sight to behold.
I was going to tell Valentine to progress his catch this week, but he's already got one pick, so I guess he's just didn't get a hold of that one. 2nd and 10. Jackson, quick throw. Will Todd in and out of the hands. Pop there. Bryant James has been hitting hard all night. There is a flag. That is pass interference on the defense. Doug Day called for that one. A little bit too many Twinkies in his pocket.
And those Twinkies awarding Arizona some free yardage. Didn't really see where the interference happened there, but they're going to get awarded it anyway. That pushes them, stops the clock, gives them 3 yards. And they'll need every single lifeline that they can get.
95 seconds remaining in the game. Need to score probably with 30, 40 seconds left, so you're really talking about 40, 50 seconds here to get down the field and score a touchdown. Jackson, 5 drop, overthrew Todd there.
Probably for the better, as there were actually 3 purple uniforms to 1. Will Todd on that portion of the field could have been an interception if it wasn't overthrown.
Play just taking 2 seconds off the clock. Minute 33 now. 2nd and 10. Donnie Hands will move from top to bottom of your screen. Moses still in the game in the backfield. 5-step drop. Jackson slings it. That one caught. TJ Punk down inside the 40. Arizona takes a timeout to preserve the clock.
And that is timeout number 2 for them. They only have 1 timeout left for this drive, and potentially one more drive if they get the onside kick.
Yeah, you can burn all your timeouts on this drive. Really, the onside kick and the touchdown are your 2 biggest plays to determine if you're in this game. Triple formation again. Jackson, quick drop, throws right down the seam. Caught. Will Todd inside the 25. There is Arizona's final timeout. They are within striking distance, are the Scorpions.
The lead is 9. Technically, a field goal keeps their chances in if they're going to go for an onside kick.
And I'm always a fan of taking the field goal early. You could kick it right now and have plenty of time for that last drive. Jackson floats it, tipped off the hands and off the hands of Valentine. 2 players had a chance at it. That's Valentine's 2nd drop on this drive.
The ball was just bouncing on everyone's heads. Nobody looking at the ball, they thought, do you have the ball? No, do you have the ball? Well, nobody had the ball. It's not an interception, falls on the ground. Arizona got one more try, a couple more tries.
2nd and 10, 4 receivers wide. They're going to move 1. That's TJ Punk coming top to bottom on your screen. Will Todd out of the game. Jackson looks to throw, fires on the corner route, tipped and incomplete. That one in and out of the hands of Valentine once more.
Yeah, Valentine. Oh, what a player he is. 3rd pass deflection to go with his 1 interception. Hasn't made his presence known in making the tackles, but boy, is he stopping those passes.
Valentine might lead the league in pass deflections after just this drive. 4 receivers wide. Jackson under center on 3rd down. Going to roll to her right. Moses protects her. She fires and overthrows the receiver. She was looking for Will Todd. 4th and 10. I think you either kick the field goal or you go for it. Oh, it's a tough call, Mark.
Tough call, because if you try to go for it and you get nothing, well, you get nothing. They will go for the field goal, as we mentioned, because that will at least put points on the board.
Delaney on, 39 yards, the difference. Snap back, Delaney sends it, and it is right down the pipe. What a shot from Delaney, and Arizona is within striking distance here.
And now, after this kick field goal, giving them hope, we shall see if the hope shall persist in this one play.
Are they lined up? Yeah, there they are. They adjust the lineup. 107, Delaney to put the boot to the onside kick. It is away. It is into the hands of Seattle. They have recovered. Recovery made there on the side of Seattle. Hunter makes the grab.
Arizona,
just barely.
Barely, wow, yeah. Arizona fell on the Seattle player making the recovery, but barely hang on. Unfortunately for them, Seattle will put the end to this game, and Arizona 0 timeouts left.
Type attack will lead the team out and take the knee. 44-38 going to be your final mark. Seattle 2-1. They will improve to. They drop Arizona to 2-1. The Nemesis last season go 4-8. They're already halfway to the amount of wins. What a game for Seattle as they shock Arizona, a perennial veteran of the SFL. They come out and Seattle says, here we are.
Making their presence known. They're a new team, young blood, but playing like veterans in this game.
The rookie Ty Patak leads this team to a victory right on the back of his really good game mark. 13 of 15, 3 touchdowns, 300-plus yards.
Wow, 13 for 15. That's crazy. 86% completion rate.
I've never seen that before.
150, finishing the game with 158 QBR. That's crazy.
I mean, Mark, you and I have set up the Vancouver record books, and there was a game where Vancouver threw something like 82% completion percentage. 86 is off the charts. Ty Patek did a number on this Arizona defense. He could do no wrong tonight, and Arizona paid the price, and look at that. Everyone's being nice after the game. You love to see that. Mark, who is your player of the game if you had to pick one?
Ooh, that's a hard question. Because if you're looking at the offense, you can only give it to either Patak or to Scott, as both really carry the load. I would give mine to Baloo Scott over Patak, only because Patak's 308 yards mostly came off the one huge Gus Scott catch and run. Baloo Scott, meanwhile, 40 attempts, 233 yards. She was the player who essentially carried this team in his back in this game.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I also like 2 receivers. Gus Scott, 146 yards there receiving. He had a really good game on just 3 grabs. I think for an impact based on your role, I think Gus Scott might have been your guy tonight. And then Daniel Valentine, 3 pass deflections on that last drive. The 1 interception was huge as well. He did a really good job tonight on the defensive side. Well, that will just about wrap it up for Mark and I. 44-38, Seattle gets the win at home. They improve to 2-1. Arizona falls to 2-1. For Cameron Irvine, for Mark Lopez, for our stats team, Joshua Durr and Luke Schreiner, I'm Andy Hamilton. Thank you, and have a good rest of your night.